Grand Rapids #1 for hip hop and R&B, Magic 104.9. Again, I told you it was a star-studded day. I've been blessed and highly favored to be in the building with music royalty at this point. Like, we just gonna claim it, okay?
Okay, yeah.
And
like
Michigan's very own. We have to say that. He just celebrated 313 Day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's making it big, especially because he is on Eric Bellinger's The Obsession Tour. So we get to talk all about the things that he's going to be doing tonight. I am so excited to speak with Nick LaVelle. Hi.
What up, though? What up, though?
No, I was hearing that you was talking mess about Grand Rapids. Let me stop. Let me stop.
No. They know I love them. Y'all know I got a little special place in my heart for y'all.
We love that. Okay, so can you explain your moment that you realized that music was it? Like, you do a lot. You're a business owner. You make your own music. You're a producer. Like, what was the moment that you realized that this was it?
I know when I do these interviews, it's always like I'm always telling the same story, but it's a new audience that maybe I'm trying. But ultimately, it comes down to just this Baltimore show. I always talk about. Everyone knows. I performed in front of like 90 people. We had traveled from Michigan. We actually was in Lansing. It was like Michigan State Icebreaker. We traveled about 9 hours to Baltimore. We did a showcase. It was like 90-something contestants. We got there late. I remember us getting there. A girl told us, like, out the gate, she was like, yeah, this joint is rigged. They already know who their winner's going to be. So our whole energy is deflated. I'm like, woo, hold up. Because we didn't draw, like, at this time, we don't got no real money. We broke it, you know, we ain't really got it like that. So we didn't spend all our lives just to get to this trip because the winner wins, like, $1,000, a radio interview, and, like, a music video. So we get there. We perform. We like, you know what? At the end of the day, we're going to still network. We're going to gain some fans. That's the whole goal. And this is really my first show outside of Michigan. Everything else, I did a bunch of like local shows in Detroit and stuff. But this is my first show outside of Michigan. So I was really praying on it because I wanted to know if this was for me. Right. So we get through the whole show. Pretty much towards the end, I became like a top 3 finalist out of 90-some contestants. And these are guys all from the DMV, the East Coast. So it was something for me, just like, even that was just an accomplishment. Like, all right, cool. Came in 3rd place out of 90 contestants across the whole East Coast and DMV. And these people never heard my music. Right. And I'm like, all right, it's good enough for me. So then they was going to split the prize amongst all 3 of us. One of the guys was like, nah, I don't want to do that. It's all or nothing for me. And I was kind of like, damn. Like, I thought, like, oh, he got fans here, so we're going to go to the crowd. They went to the crowd. The crowd picked me unanimously as the winner. I won the whole bag, and I was like, this is insane. I remember looking at one of my little bro, Miles X Dope. I looked at him. He both was looking at each other. Wait, hold on. Like, we were so shocked. We was like, wait a minute. Did we just win? Did we just win? We really just won? Like, it was like, that was just a real moment for me where it's like, okay, I know I have something in entertainment. It may not be solely music, but I know I have something that the world is missing, or something that somebody is looking for. Right. So I was like, that was my moment where I felt like, all right, this music is for me. I can do it.
I appreciate you talking about that because a lot of people have been noticing how sometimes you got to lead a city to get the recognition to come back, and then they start recognizing you.
Certain cities, I feel like you don't got to do that in Atlanta. You don't got to do that in Houston, Miami. You have to do that in smaller cities like a Detroit, a Cleveland, maybe a Boston or stuff like that. The major cities, you don't got to do that. Some of them cities, you can stay in your city and never leave and still be the biggest thing popping. Right. R&B is there's not really a lane for it anywhere, to be honest with you. There's not really a market for R&B because for the most part, it don't sell as well as hip-hop. Hip-hop is universal. Everybody comes to hip-hop. But what we don't realize is R&B is the thing that keep everything together. R&B really... for the most part, you ain't never heard a shootout after an R&B show. Okay. You ain't never really seen a fight in an R&B show. You have, but it's rare that it happens. So it's just the energy that it brings. Like when you notice they play a lot of the R&B at the end of the clubs. It's the mellow time of the night. They want to bring the vibes down, you know. And I don't know. I just feel like, hey, shit, I left and I'm finding my way. But I come back. I still come back and show love.
Right. As long as you come back and show people that there is a future for R&B, because so many people have been like, R&B is dying. It's not. It's just evolving.
No, I like that. I like that how you put that.
You know, it's what I do. It's what I do.
I like that.
But, okay, so you're from Detroit. What is the first thing that you have to do when you go back home, or when you're coming back from a long day, or when you're coming back from a long tour? What is the first thing that you have to do when you come back home?
Well, I live in Atlanta, but whenever I come to Detroit, whenever I do, I don't know. It all depends on the situation, depending on how long I'm in town. You know, my daughter still lives there. So, depending on where she's at, visit her. My mom, my family, my whole family is there. So, it depends on how long, what's the situation. Definitely got to get something to eat. Got to get Coney. My DJ and they be teasing me.
Hey, that's why I was asking. I'm like, where should I be going?
Oh yeah, food wise, no, we got and there's some spots that I could definitely got to shout out. Yeah, I could charge. Yeah, I'm charging y'all for some free promo. All right, but I got to shout out Debo's. That's a spot in the city, district. I think 67. So what's Jay Neely in those new spot? I forgot. But Annie Mae's, we just popped out there. It's a lot of brunch spots. Annex got a brunch spot on Sundays. Trust. It's a bunch of different food spots that we go to. I still ride with Motor City Soul Food still on Greenfield.
They need to be paying you right now. You giving?
I'm just I keep it a buck because I want people when they come to Detroit, I want them to really see like, okay, these some spots Nick LaVelle told us about. So now you got to go to them and it's like, oh, I remember. Mm-hmm. You know how Drake do? Drake will drop he'll tell you something about like a specific restaurant or space or some stuff, and you be like, damn, I gotta go. Drake said it was something in this joint. So yeah, I think those are some of the restaurants I like to tap in with for sure.
Okay, so when I go there, I'm going to be like, Nick LaVelle told me you need to at him right now and send him a check. Oh, yeah. Because that's why I'm here.
They may not send it, but it's all good, though. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get it one way or the other.
Okay. And let's get into this music because, sir, you're nasty.
Oh, Lord. Just a little.
Just a lot of bit. So the first song that popped up when I went on Shuffle, because I wanted to experience the entire thing of Nick LaVelle, was your version of Not My Girl.
Okay.
And I was like, that's good. That's good. I like the vibes. So why do you choose to give a mixture of covers and then also use your own music to highlight you as an artist?
Honestly, you kind of just said it in a sense because that's what I'm actually doing. I'm using the covers and mixing it with my own style and my own music just so I can bridge the audience. Because when you hear the Not My Girl, when you hear these records and the references and the samples, it gives you a familiar vibe. It takes you to a space, especially, for people in my age demographic, they're able to like, oh, I remember this song. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Music has like a certain persona, a certain vibe that it brings to our spirit. And we remember things from certain records. We remember where we were at in them times when the records were being like at their height. But that's one of the biggest things I want to do is always bridge the gap because what ends up happening is me and my DJ always talk about this. When we go and perform, especially at some of these shows in front of these audience, a lot of these kids don't even know some of the older songs that we play. We're like, damn, that ain't hit. Be like, how? That was a banger. Right. But that's why when I bring the old school vibes or the older music back and I mesh it well with mine, it sounds almost like it's a new record to them. Exactly. Because some of them never heard the original song. So it's almost like, all right, cool. Now I can bring it back. And now when other people around them be like, oh, I remember this. Oh, he sampled that. And now it just helps everybody in a sense, So
no, I love what you've been doing. Like, again, with my research, I tapped in. And again, it's nice to have that nostalgic factor, but then realize at the end of the day, you're still your own artist. Mm-hmm. And this is what I can do. I gave you a little sample, but you need to come over here and understand that there's other vibes over here.
That's a fact.
Speaking of other vibes, you have a new song out, Better Than. Mm-hmm. I'm obsessed with it. Oh, okay. I definitely added it to my 2023 favorites list.
All right, bet. I need that.
Let's talk about it. What's the vibe? What was the thought process when you were in the studio recording this?
Where was I? My junk on the other side, calling me a million times. But Better Than was just, I don't know. I'm really in love with the record. I recorded it with a new producer, Jay Laurent. He's the one that did the record. And he had just sent me, he had DM'd me one time. I think it was in Miami. He had DM'd me about working with me. And he had sent me, he also produced the Don't Know record. And when he sent me that, I was like, okay. And when producers and writers send you songs that you're like, you like the vibe, then you kind of like, all right, cool. I like his vibe. Right. So let me see what else he got. Because what the people do, they send me records, either they're full records or they be ideas. So he sent me an idea with Better Than. And it was just the intro, the beat. I love the beat. I love the song. Like even his idea when he went, and I just pretty much put the rest of the words together. And I came up with the hook and put all the stuff together. And then I went and got Kiara. She's a writer for me as well. She done wrote majority of my project. So shout out to her. But just the energy, I don't know. When I get in the studio, it's whatever I'm feeling. It's the vibes. Being a guy that's dated women, who probably had an ex that they couldn't wing off of, or having a baby daddy, or somebody that they didn't deal with. I just always felt like I always brought more to the table, you know, and it may not have been financially, it just may be just mentally. Like what I bring to the table mentally is probably better than what your ex dude is doing, you know, or the guy that you're currently with. I come with kids. I come with a lot of baggage, but I always tell people, even with my baggage, I'm still trumping the guy that you're in love with, because he don't have no kids and he still can't send you flowers. He still can't take you out on a date. I do that. I make time for what I want to make time for. So I feel like, you know, when I wrote that record, it was more so in the mindset of being better than what you've been used to. You know what I mean? And continuing to carry that load. So that's my little vibe.
You better talk it. You better talk it. Come on, Snaps. Yes.
Yeah. Hit me. You like that? Oh, don't want it. You like that?
But speaking of being better than, can you relate that to your artistry? What are you bringing to the table that's better than the other people out here?
I outwork people. And the thing is, it's kind of subjective to say, but in a sense, it's like, when everything I do, like, I know we're going to get into it, but even with the business structure, like, I'm the boss and the worker, all right? I still pay to be on shows. I'm never too prideful or proud to be like, oh man, I'm too good for that. Nope, I would do it. I'm still at the end of the shows passing out flyers, taking pictures with fans. Yes. I'm interacting. I got my security. I still got my jewelry on. We still moving and shaking. We in the malls. We networking, and we're constantly building. You know, so I feel like I don't see artists doing that. Because I be around these artists and I see them not do it. So, all right, cool. I'm a outwork you on the business aspect in hopes that people will gravitate towards me just on they buy into me as, you know, the brand, Nick LaVelle, True Colors, HoeWell. You know what I'm saying? They buy into that brand, and then I can get my fans to stick. You know, a lot of these artists, their music is bigger than them. Exactly. See, I want to be bigger than my music, so then that way, no matter what I put out, I'm going to always have a core fan base. Exactly. So that's where I feel like I'm different and I'm better than the next guy or the next artist. You may out-sing me, you may out-rap me, but you won't outwork me. You know what I mean? And that's where it's staying with it.
Period. Another snap.
Oh, yeah.
A word. Thank you. Real appreciate it. Yes. So now, before we get back into the music and into your businesses that you just spoke about, I need to make a connection because you are a member of Iota Phi Beta, right? Uh-huh. And I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta. Hi, friend.
Oh.
How you feeling?
And my DJ, he's a member of Phi Beta Sigma.
Oh, my gosh, brother.
She about to say.
Hi.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Greek stuff going on right here.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I love that you don't shy away from mentioning the Greek fraternity.
I love my frat. I love it so much. When my fraternity being, and I say it so unapologetic, my frat isn't the it frat. We make it that, you know, individuality. That's what our fraternity is built upon. You know what I'm saying? Not traditional stuff. So, like, the support I get from my fraternity on the national level is insane. You know, and even from just the local level, my mentors and things like that, my pro fights, they just so solid, you know, and everybody, it's a family, it's a brotherhood. So we done fought, you know what I'm saying? We done cried, we done been in, you know, into stuff. And at the end of the day, we come out and still stand on real business. But my frat, like, listen, I have nothing to say negative about my frat because they stand behind me on everything I do. They protect me, even when in rooms where I'm not even in, as far as my brand. And they've been doing that, you know, for years. You know, I'm 10 years in, you know, Fall 12, A Solo, DU, Western Michigan, Premier Chapter. And it's just so dope just to see so much, it's just to see so much growth in the fraternity, in Greek life in general. Yeah. And, you know, I just hope that it's still around when my children grow up because, you know, yeah. But for the most part, yeah, I'm always mentioning Iota, you know what I'm saying? It's tatted on me, you know what I'm saying? I got a piece. You already know. So yeah, it's just a blessing, you know. And I think that's another thing that ties into what we talked about earlier in regards of what separates me, because I don't see a lot of artists who are in fraternities or females that are in sororities use that.
Right, that get that support.
Listen, I was doing that before I got to where I am now. I used to reach out to different chapters across the country and just say, hey, y'all got an event, can I come perform? Exactly. I'll come on my own terms. I'll put my own money up and come, and they'll allow it, and it works for both sides, you know? So, yeah, Iota all the way. You know,
this just shows how much of a hard worker you are. Like, I could clearly tell from social media researching you, but hearing your work ethic and hearing how much of a hustler you are and that you use every single thing that's in your vicinity to get your growth, it's really respectable. And I commend you because, again, there's not a lot of artists that are out here willing to get in the mud and like work for what it is, because when you get to those big accolades and you get to those big stages, no one can tell you that you didn't work your butt off because you're the one that made it happen.
That's a fact. We talk about that all the time. We talk about it all the time, man. I got a good team, you know, and we're growing. You know, my team is growing even more. But yeah, I mean, that's just how it is, though, because when the thing is, you can't wait on people to make stuff happen for you in life. That's just what it is. It don't matter what that goes with any profession. You know, even in you guys' profession, it don't matter. Yeah, you got to go get it. Because there's people out here that don't want you to have it. You got to want it more than they don't want you to have it. And that's just my mindset. That's my motto. That's what I live by. That's what I teach my children. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know, so I ain't giving up. You know, it is what it is.
Period. No other option. No plan Bs. And speaking of not giving up, business owner, True Colors, let's talk about it. Because it's not just True Colors Entertainment. It's True Colors, multiple other things. My gosh. Like, how do you balance everything?
I know a little balance.
Like,
man.
I have it all written down, and I'm still standing here like shaking because I'm like, how do you live your life like this? Obviously, you have a great team, but how do you compartmentalize and like, are you able to get all this stuff done?
I mean, you're gonna fall short. That's just the reality. When you're balancing a bunch of different things, you're not gonna be the greatest at everything. But what I like and what I've learned from, you know, even my conversations, being on a plane with millionaires and billionaires, it's always about having a piece of something. So having a small percentage of something that's producing is way better than have a larger percentage of something that's not giving you anything.
Right.
So it's like, all right, cool. If I got equity and stake into this business and it's doing its thing, and I may not be the majority owner, but it's making business and I'm making consistent income, residual, hey, I'll live with that. You know, owning homes. Some of this stuff don't require me to be there hands-on. And sometimes it's like, in order for me not to be hands-on, I have to relinquish some of my duties to a project manager or operation manager and let them run the whole jug, and they'll probably make the bulk of the money, and it's cool with that because at the end of the day, as long as I'm making something on something that I put together, I can live with that. And that's pretty much where I'm at. That's why I'm able to have all these different businesses flourish, and not everything always flourish, you know. So I don't want to make it seem like it's just always peachy. Right. It's definitely trial and error. But that builds character, man. It shows me a lot about myself and about my team, and we're resilient and things like that. So, yeah, that's my way of balancing it. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I got a lot of support. I can't cap. I got a lot of support when it comes to a lot of things I got going on.
And I appreciate that you shouting them out. Because some people just be like, oh, no, I did it all on my own. That's it.
I know. I be popping my stuff. I know. Sometimes I get into that mode when I be like, I do this. I got this by myself. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you're not going to get further or far in life doing it by yourself. You're going to have to get a team at some point. Right.
All right. I've been trying not to ask this question because I don't know if you're going to answer it.
What do HoeWell mean? Is that what it is? I promise.
It's one of them. It's two. It's two questions. So we're going to start with that one then.
Okay.
What is it? What is it, friend?
I thought that's what it was. I don't even want to answer that. But no, I don't mind it. No. Oh, well. We got to keep it all the way a bean. You know, I know we're on air. So please don't cut me. But, oh, well. I mean, it stemmed from just me being, you know what I'm saying, very promiscuous on previous tours and shows and turning it into more of a brand. Just being, like, unapologetic. Living in your moment, living in your truth, that's something that I really embody. And it's something that I had to kind of like cultivate together to make it all make sense. Right. Because when you think about HoeWell, obviously the root word is hoe. So naturally, like, oh, what you want? Like, what that mean? But honestly, when you really dig deep in it, and I'm not trying to like go too far off, but it's just more so like, yeah, just whatever decision you make, live with it and die by it. You know, you got the opportunity to make so many other decisions in life. You know, a lot of times we're so afraid of what's the outcome because we don't know what it is. So we're afraid of the unknown. So I said, like, just live your life. Don't stress over stuff that honestly you can't control. So when you doing stuff and it's like, damn, I should never did that. Oh, well. All right, it is what it is. It happened. Keep it moving. Go live your life. Go make another mistake. But let's not continue to keep making the same mistake. But, you know, let's just, like, learn in your error. That's what. That's kind of like
speaking to me. That's rude. I didn't ask for therapy today, friend.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry.
Crazy.
He said, "Hold up."
You funny. That's why we brothers and sisters. That's why.
Oh,
but the other question.
What did he say? Wait a minute. He said, hold on. He's on your step. I can't take it.
Oh my gosh. Let me get this back on track. Hold on.
Messing around. Hold up.
All right. So the next question that I really want to know is, I saw 5 days ago you dropped that you may be working with a iconic group called Jagged Edge.
Oh, it ain't no May. Like, that joint is out. We got a record out right now.
Oh, I played myself? That's all you had to say.
No, you didn't play yourself, sweetheart.
Okay.
You didn't play yourself. Because the thing is, you got opportunity to, redeem yourself.
Okay, period.
So, but if I got a project out called I'm Not Toxic Anymore.
Mm-hmm. ... Love that.
With a quote.
Ooh.
But the song is called HoeWell, and Brandon, one of the twins, he's on the record. So it's actually dope. And I got the clean version too, just in case y'all want to play it.
Per.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have like legends come to you and be like, they respect you enough to hop on a record?
Listen, we were just talking about this a couple days ago too, because I got Pleasure P on one of the records as well.
Right.
And me and Sammy working on some stuff. Tank and I been discussing some stuff. Just the fact that, and I'm just putting it out there, like, they're just willing to work with me, not charging me for these records. But even me, I still throw people stuff. Like, I'm like, because you don't got to do that. Right. But, all right, cool, you did the song for free. So, look, let me take care of you on the video aspect, like, for your time. And can we get, I'll take care of your wardrobe, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of guy. But just them having just just a thought to even want to work with me is just a blessing. These are artists that I know for a fact that I grew up listening to.
Right.
I remember being a junior in high school listening to Pleasure P, and then freshman and sophomore in high school listening to Pretty Ricky as a whole and Jagged Edge. Even in middle school, listening to these guys. Mm-hmm. So to have the opportunity to work with them is just amazing. It's amazing because what it really does is it goes to show like where we at in society, because the younger artists aren't as receptive to that, and sometimes it's discouraging because it's like, yo, these guys are accredited. They're going down as legends, and you're not even where they're at. And then y'all want to do all this extra stuff. Sometimes y'all don't want to do features, or I don't want to work with people, and it'd be like, yo, like, why we got to be on that, But it is what it is. I'm just grateful for the people that are showing love. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Jagged Edge, shout out to Brandon, Pleasure P, Sammy, EB. You know what I'm saying? Man, him got something we working on too. So yeah, I'm just fortunate for these people just to show me the love that they do. Very fortunate.
I'm ready for the Eric, and I'm ready for the Tank. Just give it all to me. I'm ready. I don't know what the vibe is going to be, but I'm ready.
Vibes on vibes.
I love to see it. And this is a question that I ask everybody before I end. For people who may not know who Nick LaVelle is, this is probably their first time hearing your voice. What is one song, because you have a plethora of them, what is one song that you would recommend them to listen to that truly embodies the brand of Nick LaVelle?
I would probably say Motion, only because that's like it's an original record. I wrote the record by myself, produced by D Digital, Wavy Davy, shout out to him. And just the influence of the record was just like, something that was like just genuine and organic from the jump. There's no samples, there's no references from anyone else. It was just all me. And I feel like that's one of my biggest records. It's the most receptive record. I get the most reception from it, from my audience and my fan base. And it's just like one of them records that just like, listen to everything else, but that's one of the original joints. That's about a 3-4-year-old record. And it's still, it hits in different markets all around the country. And by me still, like I said, like people that don't know me, that's a new record to them. Mm-hmm. I'm a new voice to a lot of these people. Some people never heard of me, and some of them have, but they're probably not familiar with the music. So,
right. And then tonight,
you
got the show out. What can we expect? Because I'm going to be in the building.
All right, so I need to know what... You're going to be front row.
Don't play with me because I'll be front row.
You get put on that stage.
I'm weak.
Okay, see, now you weak. See?
Here
you said you don't know what to
expect. But what can we expect from you tonight?
Man, just a dope show. Clean, clean, dope show. A vibe, every time I go on them stages, I always tell people I'm looking for one fan, one supporter. That's it. So anything else I get out of that is a bonus. So I'm going to give y'all my all. I don't care how many people in the crowd. I'm going to give you my all. So you're going to see effort on that stage for sure. So,
well, I'm excited to see the effort then.
All right.
And where can people find you so that they can be up to date with you?
Yeah. You can follow me on all social media platforms at It's Nick LaVelle 1. We on the session tour. So we going hard, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Detroit's own, but, you know, I've been on the west side of Michigan for a very long time. So, you know, this is a second home to me. So, yeah, definitely. Tap in. I'm Not Toxic is out right now. Go get Better Than, Hood Love. Want that? Yeah, go get the whole joint.
Just go ahead and download it. Buy it, too.
Buy it, too. You know, it's free. If you download it, come on now. I need them streams up. Shoot, they giving all these other deals out. Empire. Yeah, I need a deal, too. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. And anytime that you back in the city, definitely tap in.
Oh, yeah, I definitely will, man. I appreciate y'all having me. Shout.
It's 5 in the morning, and I'm up in your bedroom. So, baby, what you wanna do? I know you really wanna